I have about 20 people every session that I have to send this to that have told me, hey, I can't be on tonight. Can you send it to me? So when people in our group, I make sure everybody gets everything, no matter what. So it's kind of cool. So what exactly are you doing in real estate?
Um, Wholesaler,
Pretty much
but
just wholesale?
yeah, I'm trying to pivot to the investment side also. And I'm working on some other deals, some other acquisitions that are like absentee owner businesses, which also includes real estate. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. So we have, I mean, like I said, you've probably seen some of the stuff I posted, obviously, but this started in 2020, at least the group did. I've been in the business about 8 years, so 2 years before that, and we have over 200 people in it. So this will be the 103rd Zoom for the AI stuff, mainly because we obviously had to evolve like everyone else. And so I started building the AI like 2 years ago and got about 2,000 hours into building it. It's pretty cool. So actually, I'll probably just bring it up and show it. And I know we might have some few people join us in progress. We've been going pretty strong the last couple of weeks. So try to. So obviously, like I said, this is pretty interesting. This is actually I usually plan out a session and kind of show what we're going to do, and this is kind of it. But let me before that, I'll kind of show you what we have is what we have 7 GPTs using ChatGPT. We also use Anthropic and some other formats. So this is RCIC Core, which is actually pretty cool, and it's got this is actually everybody gets this, and you just need the GPT subscription is like $20 a month with OpenAI. So this is cool. You can set up your buy box. You can build your distress deal playbook. You can deploy what we call the Delta sweeps. The Delta sweeps are great because they go out there and they're basically like searches, and it goes out. It can build you tons of leads. It can go out there and hit all the markets, all the market guides and stuff like that. But one of the things that's unique to RCIC is that we have learning mode. Or we have different modes, so you can go to learning mode and all that. It's kind of cool. You can go to all these different modes, resident mode, there's operator mode. We do have wholesaling mode, which is great. But we also have learning mode, and it's pretty cool. So you can go switch to learning mode. And basically, in learning mode, you can learn any topic you want, any time of the day, at any level. You can learn the very basics, or you can have it be more advanced. So it'll explain all the concepts in plain English. It'll teach you how to do the deal math, formulas, underwriting terms. It builds 7-day, 30-day, 90-day plans for if you want to build, you want to learn more about more stuff, maybe more advanced than what you're doing now. If you got to go out there, you got to go in 6 months or a year, you want to do something, maybe you want to get a multifamily or something else, you can learn it. And it also will create quizzes, drills, and practice scenarios for you. It's pretty cool. Everybody loves this because they can go in there and they don't have to go out there and find a guru or a mentorship or a coaching program to learn something, not to pay money for it. They can do it just in here on their own time. So it gives you all the study guides, and you can study anything, any asset class, any strategy. So it's pretty cool. So with learning mode, so everybody gets that. That's pretty cool. And then we got Capital Passport, Skip Wizard. One of the best things I know since you're wholesaling is that Skip Wizard's awesome. It's the GPT we provide as well. This can actually go in there. It has a learning mode too, where you can all about how to skip trace. It helps you set up all your skip tracing, so you can do it yourself. You don't have to pay anybody for it. You can do it as a batch. You can actually go in here in this button. You can actually enter a whole batch like a CSV or a PDF. You can go in there and have a batch, and then over here, you can go and do like if you want a specific, just one property. If you really have a struggling with one property, you can come to operator mode and use that, or you can go into Delta Suite mode. But going back to core real quick, and then I'll start on the what tonight's agenda was. And then I have some people that are looking at that. And over here in Build My Distress Playbook, I'm just going to scan through it real quick and just kind of highlight a few things. But it actually goes through and helps you put in your buy box and everything in RCIC. You start with your buy box and your markets. I build everybody their first market guide. So you could like Cuyahoga County, Ohio for Cleveland. You can go in there and I give you that one. We'll say you want the other counties in Ohio. You can go in here, enter them in the plus down here, add photos and files and ask it to duplicate it for Franklin County, Ohio, or Maricopa, Arizona. Within 60 seconds, you got another market guide. The market guides have all the links to all the authority having jurisdiction to the counties. So they go to like the county clerks and all. That's what starts sending you a lot of properties. They show up here and it's pretty cool. And you get pretty detailed information on them. I mean, like more so than you get anywhere else from a list seller or something. It'll give you the lender's information, the lender's attorney information, all the loan information is there. It can also do a market reality assessment, meaning you can ask it to do it at the at 4 different levels. You can ask it to do it at the property, the actual address, what's going on the street, what's going on in the next set of the major streets, maybe around it in the neighborhood. It could be cross streets. What's going on at the next 4 of the major streets, northwest, south, and east, and then what's going on in that zip code. It can break it down and shows you all the sales comps. It shows you what's going on, what the market's looking like, because it's pretty interesting. Like I'm just going to show you guys one. Everybody's on today, so let me show you guys what you guys saw me do this morning. This is Douglas County, Colorado, and it's if you guys look at the Colorado map, this is I-25, which goes Denver is like right up here to the north where it says Douglas County. Denver is. You go south, it's towards Colorado Springs, right? It's probably another 50 miles to Colorado Springs. But in this section of highway right there, this is a very affluent area. There are some properties that are 35 acres that are a couple $1 million. You guys can research this. 80, this is how many foreclosures there are. 52, 4, there's 6 there and 4. So you're talking about 58, you're talking about almost 62 records for foreclosures. So it's it's a luxury distress density, and it has the different zip codes. So all of our market guides can do this. So I help you go in there and do your own. So if you're, like I said, you're wanting Tarrant County, Texas, or you're wanting Duval County, Florida, wherever we're at, it'll actually make your entire distress map. So like here, it goes into, it's going to tell you what's going on in that distress map. What's going on there? You got 62 foreclosure records against 3 zip codes, and then it has 5 foreclosure cases with 4 properties above 900,000. There's a multi-million-dollar ranch that's got a great, it's got an investor-held tax lien, a second year of unpaid taxes, so it's got another year of unpaid taxes. It's 123 days on market, and they just had a $550,000 price reduction. So RCIC does all this. It'll go through, and I think on this one it hit like 18 different websites in about 5 minutes. It put this report together for me. So you can do the same thing with yours. I'll kind of pull up another one real quick that I kind of have done. So you get into these, like here's Jacksonville, right? Jacksonville, Florida. It's a huge market, obviously. This is a very busy market right now. And I've also got them for Indiana, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Newark, New Jersey. So we build these market intelligence. So you input these into your system. It's going to basically help you generate dozens and then hundreds, and you're going to get properties like really right when they get released as a foreclosure listing. It's pretty sweet that way. So it gives you these reports. And so what it is like, I will basically, it'll actually help you, you can copy and paste, or you can make PDFs. So I said, here's the PDFs. And I got here, I got 3 PDFs, then I got those heat maps. So these PDFs are the market guides. Like this one will go through the entire Indiana, the state, but it'll go through Indianapolis and Marion County. Illinois will have Chicago and Cook County. Newark for New Jersey, you'll have Essex, Union, and Passaic County. So you got all these different market guides. So like I said, this happens really in the first 7 days after onboarding. You can build all these market guides, and it's about 7 days of just having to do like an hour here or 30 minutes here. It gives you some tasks to do. And that's from the interface that I just showed you that where learning mode is. You can go in there and you build your buy boxes, and you tell it what markets you want, and it'll build the markets. You start with the market guide I make for you, and this thing is unbelievable. It powers up really fast. It becomes predictive. It's really amazing what it does. So like I said, I just did this market, and it's pretty incredible. So what we're doing tonight, let me just check in a couple other people that are here. Hey, Ginger, what's going on? And Trevor, I think Trevor's here.
Hey there.
He's not here. He's got his note taker here. Yeah, Samuel's considering coming on board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Samuel Ginger's been on for a couple of years. He's been here
Yeah,
before.
it's a
Before
great
I
group.
even started working on the AI.
A lot of information.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a what'd you say, a fire hose, but yeah, it's a lot of information.
Once you start
You do a
implementing it,
lot with it. So,
yeah, once you start implementing it,
hmm
it's pretty cool. So a lot of tonight, what I was going to do is, I think what I'm going to try to just do, because a lot of the stuff you've seen, um, I think what I'll do is build one more. I want to build one more tool, one more skill, and to show to kind of show you, Samuel, where it is, because is in plugins. So you come over to plugins, and this is part of the GPT. OpenAI provides this, so you can go in there and build all kinds of things. You go to skills, and it walks you through how to put skills together. You can go over here, you can create it with chat, so you can just tell it what you want. You can create it with an editor, or I can upload it from a computer. So these are already some of the skills I worked on. Don't mind the Intel one. That's an automotive thing with a friend of mine that I'm actually building. But this has like our skip wizard. These are skills. This one has an investor media engine, which is a skill for basically when you start out, you want to start putting your business and yourself on social media more, and you want to have it help you write more consistent messaging and even promotion for you. I recommend everybody get a Facebook page and a Facebook group that have the same name. Build your Facebook group so you start attracting a lot of people, and you put some free information in there, and you build your group up. That's going to give you a lot of potential buyers and even maybe some sellers. You got the launch engine, and then we have some strategies like the 3 option tour is pretty sweet. So that's pretty cool. Those are some of the skills we're going to do that I have now. But what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to build one live. So I'm going to drop into what I was doing today. Let me go and make sure I'm there. Okay, so we're going to build this right now. And I'm going to go build this skill. So it's as easy as this. Let's build this skill. And so we're doing front office tonight, which is basically lead generation, skip tracing, ARV comps. Tomorrow night we'll do back office, so we'll get into lenders. We got 1,382 lenders in the database. I got 2 other databases. Got a total of 19,000 contacts, but we've broken it down to about 11,000 altogether. The other additional, maybe 9,500, 9,700 are roughly like family offices, hedge fund, pension fund, endowment funds. So it's pretty cool. What we can offer people. So tomorrow night we'll do back office Thursday. So right now I'm going to build a skill live, and there's going to be a couple of times that I'll talk, or if you got questions or something, feel free to ask questions, because some of these will actually take a minute or so while it builds it. And then what I'm going to do is once I build it, I'm going to launch it. I was planning to have the skills already built, not last weekend, but I'm building these 3 this week. I'm building this one today, and I'll have 2 more that are basically part of the front office flow. These are more connector tools. So this one is basically the lead intelligence router. So it's really it's like air traffic control for a lead flow. So it's going to help route everything to the right flow. So the beauty of this is, Samuel, is you get like a lot of you're going to generate a lot of leads, and this is going to help you this would help you route them to what sections of the system you got that you're using. This is unlimited, so you can keep it very safe. You can keep it very simple, and or you can actually build onto it yourself. After about 7 days, then I'll sit down to you one-on-one and see which direction you want to take. You can build a GPT. We got apps with Netlify and Anthropic. I can explain that more later. But like I said, we're trying to get all these skills because it's something OpenAI offers, and these skills are like automations. So everybody's seeing automations and all this stuff out there. It's phenomenal what it's able to do. People aren't having to go in there and create these elaborate systems. These just work. Everything in here works, and the best part, it's unlimited, it's predictive, and it becomes compounding. And what that means is, if you are on right now and you and Ginger are working right now at the same time, you could be working on completely different asset classes and strategy. Neither of you could see what each other's doing, but it builds up the intelligence for the entire system, the speed, because we have over 200 people We have about 65 people averaging a day that check into it. So those are good numbers. It actually, everybody's input and output is building the intelligence, it's building the speed of this. And I'll show you, I put over 2,000 pages of material in this to train it. So this is coming up with the skill. I'm starting to work on it. So that's what I said, it just takes a minute. Yeah, I'm leaving it on there so you can see what the process is. So this can do up to, it can store up to 100 skills for you. And you can build your own as well. You can go and create and go, I need something to help me with this part of real estate. I mean, you could identify 3 or 4 areas that you probably need help on. Maybe 3 or 4 areas that are really good for you, that could be a little bit more efficient. You can build those into skills and you've already got almost like your presets, which is cool. Then you can actually have the presets almost hand off to each other. So it becomes automated. So a lot of people are like, looks like it takes a little bit of time. The first 7 days, people used to onboard in like a couple hours. What I decided to do was try to break it down a little bit and give everybody here's an hour, do your buy box in your markets. Tomorrow, set up this 30 minutes. The next day, maybe 30 minutes here. You can do it even longer. You can go 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We've had some people do that. We've had people like try to consolidate it back into maybe 2 days or 3 days. It doesn't matter. What you decide to do is up to you. I'm putting in, the 7 days because I think it does work better. Plus, every day you're seeing some things deploy, like they call the agents, or what we call the Delta Sweep. Delta Sweep is a term from OpenAI. No matter what you're doing, even if you're just a consumer, you're looking for a doctor, you're looking for a car, whatever, with AI, it's a Delta Sweep. So we call it the Delta Sweep protocol. So when you see me out there in social media, where you probably met me somewhere, you'll see me say Delta Sweep. People will start asking me what a Delta Sweep is because they haven't heard of it before. This is groundbreaking and revolutionary. So here it is. This is actually the router. And so I'll put it into skills. It'll take a second to populate. There it goes. So this is the lead intelligence router. Now we've got 7 skills. So I'll get everybody the rest of them. I've got we'll do a back office skill tomorrow night, and I'll do these other 2 that I was going to do today from front office. So there'll be 6 more. There'll be a total of 13. I'm trying to do under 50 that covers everything. So everybody in here can do another 50 of their own. They can even be business or marketing or things to help you on this, what you're doing, your business, and I'll help you. I do a one-on-one. I do as many as you want. And I mean, literally, I'm so easy to get a hold of between 8 o'clock in the morning, my time, and noon every day. I can do live tweaks on Messenger. You just copy and paste or screenshot and go, hey, it's saying this. What can I do? And then I'll fix it. I'll give it a PDF. So what this will do, this will normalize and triage your raw real estate leads. It's going to classify distress or opportunity type. It's going to identify the deadlines and missing data. It'll separate the verified facts from reported claims and inferences. It'll route the lead to the appropriate front office skills and dependency order. It'll produce an immediate operator action plan. This doesn't take very much. This may take seconds. Once you actually put the leads in there, it'll route them. Everything is designed to make it easy for you and to make it like almost automated, because everybody wants their time back. Everybody can always make more money, but getting your time back is what a lot of people struggle with. So here you kind of get it. It's really cool. It just makes it a lot more efficient for you. And so it helps make an operator plan. And then you can analyze a new lead. You can decide what to run next, route a foreclosure or distressed property lead, turn property notes in an action plan. And you can identify which RCIC skills apply or triage one or more incomplete. So it basically gives you all your boundaries. Like I said, I'm not going to go word for word, but I do leave these up there so you can kind of see what it does. It kind of goes on here and helps. So it'll come up with on your leads, verified, reported, inferred, conflicting, or missing. It'll tell you what's missing, what you need to go find, and it'll help you find it. Deadlines. Here's your workflow. It'll normalize the lead. It doesn't guess. It's going to help you find the property address, city, state, zip, county, parcel number, the lead source state, owner entity.
Hey, I think you're stuck, man.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're going somewhere else. Sure, for sure.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it does that. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There we go. There it goes. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, to normalize the load, for workflow, it'll classify the leads. So it'll say if it's a pre-foreclosure, NAD, NOD, list pendants, trustee, tax delinquency, surplus and overbid, probate, estate, inherited property, bankruptcy, divorce, code violation, vacancy, MLS agent, wholesaler, direct to seller referral. It'll tell you where it came from. It'll start saying the urgency, the time remaining only when a usable current date and event date is known. If somebody's out there like doing acquisition, this thing will help because it'll prioritize, especially if you get like that 84 foreclosure list from from El Paso County, Colorado, I got in November. It literally will parcel down and give me like these 10 are a priority because it's going to match up to your buy box. So your buy box might be you spend time on your buy box. It's going to help you match up to those. It's going to separate maybe 10 to 12 properties that are high priority. They're either probably more distressed in those deals where you could probably, you got the lender's information, lender attorney information, loan information, but it also could be the sale date, the foreclosure sale date's coming up sooner because it depends on the state. Every state's different. Even some states, some of the counties are different. In Colorado, we have 110 days. So some of the foreclosures that are being filed now, the sale date is until November. It gives you like over 3 months to basically work out a deal. If you can't really get a hold of the seller, you can get ahead of the lender and the lender's attorney and go, I'd like to make an offer on this property. It's legal to do. A lot of people are like, can you do that? No, nothing's stopping you. So it identifies all your gaps and conflicts. It'll route by dependency. So it's pretty cool what it'll do. I mean, it gives you all the work. You know everything it'll do, and you can save it. So that's pretty cool on this particular one. So now we got the lead intelligence router. We got market reality assessment. We did that one. We got Skip Wizard, the operator launch engine, investor media engine. We've also got the 3-option tour, and we got capital passport, deal match. Some of the other ones are for Vintel, but this is awesome. It's pretty cool what it'll do. Obviously, that's really awesome. So I plan to do those 2 more on the front office that'll get done by this weekend. And then I'll do a 1 tomorrow night live and then 2 more back office that have to deal with like capital passport. And that's what's awesome about that. We'll be able to do that. Let me go back here to course, Samuel. So I'll show you a little bit something else on
Hey,
course.
I had a question on
Yeah.
the one you just did, the skills. How do you get the ones that you created? Are they on Facebook somewhere?
No, I've got a thing for it, and I think I made it to show how to do it. So
Ah,
I'm gonna put it on there where it's a guide, and they should be in there. There's a
okay.
process. There's a process to do it to transfer over where you guys don't have to go recreate it on yours.
Okay. That's what I was trying to
I don't
figure
know.
out where we're getting those because I mean I tried to create one the other day, but I didn't know where you're
It'll
getting the ones that you were doing. So
There's like 3 different ways. No, I'll do that because the other thing
okay.
I make sure is I have to separate the RCIC ones from the Vintel because
Okay. All right.
Intel's awesome though. I'm gonna ask, we're doing that for free for like 6 months. People
Oh
can get
wow.
so looking to buy a new car or used car, they can do it to find a car and run like
Mm-hmm.
Carfax. There's also
Right.
the value, like if somebody's been in an accident, like how do you know the insurance company? So we had a guy that basically the insurance company only gave him $10,000 for his total car. He filed a diminished value claim with them and he got $17,000. And
Wow.
and then that $7,000 and they'll pay like 10%. You can set different fees because there's unlike surplus and overbid where every state's different, there's no limit out there
Yeah.
because it's something rare. And it's like
Mm.
an adjuster, you can put there and everybody prepares a report. So what Vintel will do is it'll take all factors and all that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, Sammy, you got a question?
Yeah, so I was looking at the GPT apps and the
Yeah.
plugins trying to find the RCIC core, and it's not showing up. Is that?
No, because it's one you get from me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, everything we do, you get.
You haven't published it yet. Okay,
Well, no, when you get in the system, everybody has to onboard, and it's you get in the.
gotcha.
We charge $399 one time only. Everybody's gone back to 2020 has done that. We don't charge a penny more. So when I do that, I give you an activation link for the GPT. There's another activation link for a Bitly that's like a backup, and then I give you there's separate obviously links for each of these GPTs. There's apps. Like we give you, there's a whole like, and I'll send you that after we're done. There's a RCICsystems.com. You can go in there and there's a backdoor access key. Everybody has their own because we're going to a subscription plan at that in October. Anything we have now and anything I build in the future, you would get. Like I said, I mean, Ginger's been here 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't upsell, so once you get in, you're in. So it's like
Yeah,
I
yeah, no,
haven't
it's
paid
like,
anything else since like what 3, 4 years. You haven't had to
yeah,
pay for anything else,
no,
so it's a good deal.
no, it's awesome. It's like people are loyal. I mean, literally started this in during COVID when where everybody was like, homebound and tired, and they were figuring out what real estate because I was a private money broker. My business was, suffering. I was working with Kevin and Jesse at the time and a couple other partners on a fund and a building we sometimes joke about called Blue Sky. If it wasn't for COVID, Denver would have a 112-story building right now because it would have been done by now. And I would have owned a 0.5% of it, which would have been probably worth about 20-25 million dollars, but that got screwed. So yeah. So once you're in, yeah, Samuel, it's anything we develop, I put together. Like I said, I'll basically do one-on-ones with you and help you if you want to, even build one of your own, like part of it. And you have a license, you can use anything that I have, and then you can build onto it. I got a guy right now who he's doing major acquisitions, like he's developing like he developed 10,000 foreclosure leads. He used our system then to go out there and parse it down to his buy box markets what he was, because he basically builds lists for people and acquisition companies and stuff. He got him down in 12 minutes to 10, and then he skip traced them because we have Skip Wizard. So you get all these resources that are just unbelievable. And some of them you can just add, like in the Facebook groups. We have 2 Facebook groups and Files tab. Any of the zips, you can go up there and just grab a zip at any time you want. Said, hey, I want to do this. Go grab it. It has an operator guide. It shows you what to do, how to connect it. You connect it to the Anthropic API, and it's like unbelievable. Like we put everything you guys hear about skip trace, or scrapers. Everything we do,
Mhm.
people were out there. I built the scraper. I told it I wanted to build a strip miner. I wanted to strip mine. So it does that. It goes a lot deeper. But getting to this real quick, like we're set up for buy box. You got 3 different ways to go. This is more for people now. I mean, this was our bread and butter for a while, but now it's for people who want to update or change it or build a second buy box or a third one. Maybe they do 2 different things because you don't want to combine everything. Otherwise, it kind of slows it down. So this will build the buy box, and basically you can copy and paste it. You can copy it right into your box here. You can copy the out, and you can just copy it, paste it here, and then here it has your example. So while you've got it pasted, then you can just read that example, so you kind of know here's what you want to write. Fill out your buy box before you press send. Copy it again. You want to come over to projects, open a buy box for Phoenix Metro, if that's where you're at, just like this one says. And if you have different buy boxes, you need to label them something else, like buy box Phoenix, buy box Tucson, so they don't override each other. Just put buy box, they'll override each other. After you've added a buy box over there in projects, so then come back, just open it, then come back over here and press send, and you'll have your buy box entered. So this will be, and it gives you all your risk flags in the time box. It tells you this should take 10 to 15 minutes. If you really want to spend some time on it, 20 to 30 minutes, you put your buy box in here, you put your market guides in. This will start like going, this is if you're in Phoenix and you get focus on Mesa, Glendale, South Phoenix, you're looking at, single family, small multifamily. Your strategy is wholesaling flip first, maybe flip with the margin strong. You get your price range, all your equity requirements. What do you like for condition? Do you like just things light or medium? What do your buyers like? What do they prefer? Your buyers list. So you can kind of go and specify to go out there, especially if you're in Phoenix or somewhere, you're going to get a lot of leads. I mean, you want to be kind of, kind of be a little bit more specific. But the beauty of it is you can change it at any time. Any given time, you can go and say, hey, I'd like to get some more. Maybe you have to open it up a little bit. Maybe instead of your price range 180 to 450, maybe you got to open it up either way, either direction. Maybe you go to 500, 600,000, or maybe you drop it down a little bit on your condition tolerance. Maybe now you're willing to go a little bit more medium into heavy. What your distress signals are. You have the luxury of being able to change this at any time of the day. And you don't need me. You can do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. So when you're looking at and go, hey, I want to do a golf course, go to learning mode. Hey, can you teach me how to find and analyze golf courses? It'll teach you that. It's got everything in there. And I'll show you that real quick how I did that. And then I'm going to kind of run. I've got to run a little different with the way that you've seen it before, Ginger, because we had that one that got deleted.
Yeah, I
YouTube.
got you. Yeah, no problem.
I can show where everything is, but I can't like I don't think I can put an NED on the screen anymore. Or at least I shouldn't.
Well,
I mean,
maybe it's because you actually said what it was. Maybe it wasn't just because,
yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't know
yeah.
why it flagged you, but it might have because you were actually, reading it. Maybe not read it, just show it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, no, I was
yeah,
like, and I peeled it and I went and tried to find where they said it was at,
yeah.
and then
I
they,
bet that's what it was because I mean, I bet it caught the voice. You're reading it out loud to them. And possibly, but
But it's weird though because when you go to process the Zoom to put up in the first place, it does a
mm,
check. It goes
yeah.
through, it's checking, it says checking, and it could take like 10 minutes. And
Ah,
it's up and it's like on there. So, Samuel, this is actually what the GPT looks like. Those four buttons are the conversation starters that you saw, but these are the knowledge PDFs. There's 20 spaces. Every one of those PDFs is probably 50 pages of material. So I got deal flow, all the distress playbooks, all the manuals. The capital passport, I've got like all of the databases. There's 1,382 real estate lenders and funds. Then I've got other ones from like pension fund and endowment funds. Nobody in this group's going to need those, but I've got them, for other things. If you ever run across people looking for raise capital for anything, from a widget to like telemedicine to like AI or infrastructure, whatever, I've got the leads. This is what the GPT looks like, and we've got 7 of them for RCIC. And so what you do is you want to, once you got core down, could be as early as 7 days. Like I said, I recommend that 7 day, and it walks you through it. It tells you what to do every day. Then after that, between day 7 and maybe day 30, it becomes predictive for you. It gets to know you. It starts throwing things out at you. It knows, with me, it knows what I like and what I do and how how you talk to it. The way you talk to it is awesome. And it basically will learn you and it'll start throwing a lot of stuff at you. Once that's done, we can build your own GPT. And then you can put in the store, you can do anything you want with it. You could have 2 or 3 of them. I mean, I've got a ton of them. I've got, all my GPTs, which are good because I mean, the reason I had to build more is because I got so much stuff to do. That's how I started with all this. I basically have thousands of pages of information. So I got Skip Wizard, surplus and overbid. I got the backup for core, rehab and scope engine. So we got an GPT. So you can ask me anytime, hey, I got core down. Can I have a capital passport? Can I get rehab and scope of work? That's your call. Whatever you want, I'll give them to you. If you decide, you really want to go out, if you really want to go big, all these GPTs help you. I mean, I can show you real quick, like capital passport. You got the same thing. You've also got modes. So modes in capital passport will show core mode. Then you can go in lender mode. So it's gonna think like a lender. So you can go in there and have it think like a lender, put your deal information and it'll process it. Here it'll think like a family office. It'll think like a hedge fund. So it's talks and it walks you through the whole process. So if you're out there doing a lot of wholesaling, like big time wholesaling, got a lot of deals under the wraps, you could come in there and look like how's a family office or a hedge fund going to look at this. So you can start packaging your deals for that. And you got like Skip Wizard, which is one I recommend. I try to make sure everybody has Skip Wizard second now. But you got learning mode in here, and you got analyze this lead list. You got operator mode, you got Delta Suite mode, and Skip Wizard. But let me kind of go here, and I'll show you real quick how to. You got to go to the right one. I got distress intelligence. So I'm going to have it really quick. Okay, I'm going to ask you really quick. I'm going to show you really quick. Can you? So we teach this, Samuel, like a highway, right? So an interstate highway. So instead of hotels and gas stations and restaurants being the stops, the off ramps here are like the HJ, the counties. with the county clerks, the sheriffs, and all that. The next stop would be like the tool store. You think Home Depot for like real estate investors. All the tools are there. What you get already through me, and what you build yourself. The next stop on down. There's 7 stops in reality. So just remember that's how we kind of teach it, because I had to find a way to do it. AHJ is authority having jurisdiction, meaning it could be the county clerk, it could be the sheriff. The sheriff is an authority. The courts. I was an authority having jurisdiction when I was a fire chief. Like I had a jurisdiction. I was the guy that issued all the tickets on fire code violations. So that's kind of the term we use, because it's actually the term. If you go to any of the code books, building code, fire code, that's on the first page of every code book. So we kind of use that to teach everybody the system. And I'll put a link to the HJ county for foreclosures and so you'll be able to automate this pretty much with skills. It takes about 7 days to get this really fine wrapped. You can actually have it send it here, where every morning when it runs a sweep, it'll send you a thing on your email and says, and you press that, you come back, it opens the chat, it's all there. And you can also have it go to your Gmail. You can have it go to any kind of email. It's pretty cool that way. So here I'm going to have it go set up a sweep. It's actually going to take me directly to Jefferson County, Colorado, which is where I live. I'll show this one because I'm going to show where to go get the information. Then I'm going to have it do a market reality assessment, which is something I also created, which is, like I just mentioned before, you can do 4 different levels. So it's going into skills right now. One of the skills I have that I built, that's how easy. Once you got the skills in there, Samuel, and you start doing this, it'll start automatically doing that. All I gotta do is ask certain things, it'll trigger. So you'll have automatic. It's pretty cool. It's really awesome that way with these. And so it's searching 5 websites. So here it comes. It's verified August 12th. It's got the foreclosure property search. It's got the weekly foreclosure reports with the pre-sale list, election demand notices. And you can do this in any county in the country. List pendings and included. They're a little bit slower. We'll get a little bit of a different process if they're like a list pending, not judicial foreclosure. Don't ever put a search together that have both judicial and non-judicial states. So you run them separately. Otherwise, the judicial states will slow down the non-judicial states on the returns you get. So here it'll go and it'll document all the ownership information. These are the off ramps I just told you about, the links. So you can click on these. And it walks you through everything. I mean, it's just incredible. So I always tell people when they first get it to spend a little time, do this, ask it that, and kind of study it. You can save it as a PDF, so you can, save it and you can study it, but it actually will build all this for you. It's cool. And here it goes to the tax liens, right? And it gets into the tax lien auctions. It gives you the retrieval paths. It actually walks you through everything. Here's the number. That's actually a good number because 271, even the sheriff has 271 in Jefferson County. So let me go to active and historical. Let me do the stop share because sometimes I just got to make sure so you guys can see. And then the on-ramp back is just you click the icon and it goes back to ChatGPT. So I have to accept terms. Here it says Jefferson foreclosure. Now in your reports, when you run those Delta sweeps and it brings you a return, you'll have the foreclosure numbers in those the case numbers. You'll have the grantor's name, the owner's name, you'll have the street address, you'll have all that information so you can fill it out. Another way you can do it though is you can actually go and search and you can go through and it goes, this is a new foreclosure, or is this a NED recorded? I mean, and then you can bring them all up. So if you want to bring all the solds up to study them, if you get, you can go in there and group and find out, do you want the ones that are deferred? Do you want, so you can go through and search them all at one time. But the other way to do it is search them all at one time is go in here and look at the NED range. So I'll go in here right now and I will go ahead and I'm going to go set a longer search. I'm going to start July 1st and then I'm going to run through yesterday. It's a pretty big search window. And then I'll press search and it'll have 45 records. So here's all your records. Now you could actually just copy and paste. Here's the case numbers. You could just take your mouse, copy and paste it, go back to RCIC. You got, so open a project, enter these, just paste them, and it can go through and start matching them to your buy box. So if your buy box is looking for certain areas, maybe you're looking at 80227, you know, or something like that, it'll actually start pulling up the 80227s. It'll pull them out first and give a priority. It's pretty cool if you're looking at different terms. It'll do a pretty good job at that. So this gets into some pretty, you know, this is all over the county that I'm in. Pretty sweet. Let me try to bring I'm not gonna. I'll try to open one. So when you go and click on a property, it's going to give you, here's your property, your address, the subdivision, gives you the full legal description. It's got the current owner and all that. I'm not going to try to keep them on screen. Here's the documents. So what you need is the one called NED. So I will click on the one that says NED, and it'll save it right there for me. It's got the withdrawal. There's no withdrawal so far. Here's the sale information. There's no sale information yet. The lien order, there's no liens on it. Here's the publications. It's in the Golden Transcript, even though we have the Canyon Courier and Evergreen, the same company. Golden Transcript is cheap. The county likes to be cheap because it's spending its money first. The mailings, here's all the mailings. Here's where it's all going. This is important for skip tracing. Here's the law firm. This is their case number, the name, the lawyer, their address. You'll see a lot of times you'll see the same law firms over and over again. If you can go in there and you work as a law firm and you make a good impression on them, they might send you a lot of their deals, what they're foreclosing on for their clients. This is the lender's attorney. Here's your deed. It's also cure. There's no cure. When they got to file by November 4th, and they got the deadline. You get the basics. Now here's something cool, right? You get your deed of trust. You got all your dates. You can go back to the county. You know, the tax assessor. You can put these in, confirm it. Then you can start getting all the title information, all that other information you need. Then it gives you the loan information. It tells you how much the outstanding principal is and what the principal balance was to begin with. Then you can go in here, and there's no bankruptcy or temporary restraining orders. You're back to the address, right? So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to pull this one out as I'm basically just going to go here real quick, and I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to, let's see the best way to get to it. I got to figure out the best way, because my screen changed a little bit on my computer. So I got to go through here and go back. Okay. I got to go reshare. And so I can go back here and I can, let me open a project. Evergreen. Let me run this because I'm going to probably run this tomorrow night. Ned. And so I'll put this thing as this project. And I will go ahead and put that information. And then I'll even go ahead and I'll see if I can find the Ned. In my thing where I just saved it. Where I saved it. I just see where I put, oh, there it is. Okay, I got that Ned. Now I'll save it. Now watch this. Try not to put some of their actual information on there. So you'll like this, Samuel. So now imagine you could do 100 of these. You could put that whole list in there, that 45, and have it go in here. And you don't even really need to get the meds. You can actually pull all that information. I'm just showing you how to do like one, but you could do 100 of these. And you can go through and prioritize to your buy box and all that. So here it goes. It's going to get all the lead snapshots. So you can copy and paste, or you could save it here. You could have it save it in a PDF. So it's going to go through all the information that was just on the screen that I showed you. It's verifying all the information, right? So you get down here and you got the verified facts. And that's pretty cool about that. And then you got the unverified claims. So you can go and it tells you what to go back and check. So here you can go back and now it's unverified claims. You can go in there and check this stuff, all this information on it. Like I said, I'm not going in detail because I did get YouTube did remove one of these videos because I had I don't know why. I've done it so many times. I mean, Ginger, how many times have you seen me do that? Like 50 times. I get one.
A lot of it.
I know. I showed. It's like, why? I was worried about that. Like, I'm going to start digging the rest of them. So missing information. It shows you what's missing. So you can go and make a checklist and you can go and get all this information. It tells you exactly where to go to get it. And then you can put this in your process so it kind of automates it in a way. You can build skills around this. So you can actually have it go through and you can put this in and have it build skills, like how to go get this information. Everything you can do now, you can do with skills and it's unlimited. It's unbelievable what you can do. And then you got the urgency. Current date August 12th. The reported event date is November 19th. So yeah, you got 3 months, well, 3 months and a week to go out and get this thing done if you want to go acquire this property. You got the 99 days unverified. Then you get into your skills sequence. Here you go. Here's your skills sequence. We have our skills, right? Run now. County foreclosure source navigator. You can run that now. It'll confirm the responsible authority, live case page, single event, status, authoritative source trail. You can go in a foreclosure list normalizer. You can run that in skills. You can run the skip wizard, run after property identify. You got the title, lien, tax, and legal event research. So Jim, this is all new since the last time you saw it on there. This is able to do that now. It'll actually start with these skills in there. It'll now, you can go run all these different skills. It'll run these you can, and we're going to work on a last skill we'll build is one for front office, one for back office. That'll basically just fire these skills off in order. So
Very
basically, I'm going to do that last because it's going to be a little bit more involved. But it'll go through, it'll pull the title, tax, lien information, comps, ARV repairs, market reality assessment. It's going to do a delta sweep. It may recommend the 3-option tour, which is, it's got 3 different ways to make an offer on the same offer form. Pretty powerful. We're going to that. I've got a whole app for that, Samuel, just for that. I've built a couple just for the strategies, and they're browser based. You don't even on your phone. You can just log in. You got every one of the apps that we have. You put your domain. You go into Netlify. It may say Skip Wizard. You may train it. Just put it. Hey, Samuel Skip Tracer. You can call it that. That's yours. You activate it with Netlify and Anthropic API. It's yours. So you can name it yourself, and it's just your own tool. We have a lot of tools, 20 tools. We also have on Gumroad. So I tell everybody once you're in, you can go to Gumroad. Don't buy in there because you already paid, to get in. But at least it gives you a better description of everything. Then you can go to the files tab in the Facebook groups and just get the zip. You get anything, anytime you want. You can take anything you want. It's pretty cool that way. Hey, Jesse's coming on. Here's your immediate next 5 actions. I mean, literally, it's going to do all this stuff. It gets in your stop signs and your risks. There's the PDF. I'm going to have it run MRA on 80439 and Wakini Park. Wakini Park is a neighborhood in my where I live in my town, so that's where this is. So here's the thing: you can break this down to a specific neighborhood. And I'm in a mountain community west of Denver. It's hilly, it's mountainy. It can go in there and actually break down what's going on in Wakini Park, because Wakini Park also is part of a neighborhood with El Panel, which is a different area. And it basically, they're literally 2 different price ranges. It's pretty sweet. So here it talks about it. So Evergreen is basically the road network. It's a mountain topography. Don't behave like a neat subdivision grid. So it's got to go in there. It's connecting the road and the physical market boundaries, where a literal north, south, east, west box would fake precision. So it adjusts. That's the beauty of on its own. It's adjusting to that particular neighborhood because it's in a mountainous terrain. And it's basically, you're not able to run northeast, west, south street because some of the streets, it's windy, goes around mountains and stuff. And that's really what's cool about it. What will really help you as a wholesaler is you can go into almost any market and it'll adapt instantly. It may take 60 seconds, but it's going to save you 10 minutes on the back end of that. So it's giving you, here's your verdict. It's got a market reality score of 54 out of 100. It's got the moderate low evidence confidence, liquidity. It's thin, it's balanced. It tells you what's going on in the markets. The principal balance. It comes in now, it goes through the market. Here's your single family residence. It was built in 1957, 1,764 square feet. Conflicting realtor reports 3.2, Zillow reports 2.2. So you don't know, you have to do a little bit more research on what the bedrooms are probably gonna be and stuff. It's a lot. Here's the lot support, 37 acres. You know, public water and sewer, which is good in that area. It's actually the hydrants for the fire department go there. We have like 50% of our community doesn't have fire hydrants, and they have to use tanker trucks. It's got an easement. It's got frontage road access. There's a 2-car garage detached. It gives what the last sale, $712,000 was the last sale in 2024, recent. So, and here you go, listed at 850 was the 2025 listings, March 28, 2025. It was removed October 2, 20 after 188 days. So they were trying to get 850 for it. The foreclosure principal is 682, 274, 96 as of July 15th. Current conditions you need to, you can verify them, you can verify them. And you guys get in, here's your realtor property history, and you got your Zillow, so you can check them both at the same time. You don't have to go off and check them all together. Here's your parcel messages. Here's all the sale history. So you got Zillow, you got Quantarium, you got Totality. There's a couple ones a lot of people haven't heard of. This thing will go deep. It can sometimes search 20, 25 websites at one time and pull up all the information and show you all the information. It gives you the street level reality check. It talks about wildfire. We're obviously in a wildfire area. So here's Waukene Park. So now you got the last, here's your comps. These are your, 465, 499, 650, 710. And then you can go look at these. These are active competition, not closed comps. They show the buyers around the subject size have alternatives and roughly the 465 to 710 range. Here you can pull up the current listings. Redfin's got June 2026 neighborhood median price at 348. It's down 32.9%. Layer 2 conclusion, Waukene Park. Here you got North Evergreen, the pocket. Now you got quick access to Evergreen Parkway. Retail, restaurant, services, and schools are right there. This is right off the highway. A mix of older cabins, small detached homes, townhomes. And it gets into broader, because you can get into millions of dollars in North Evergreen. The country club's like literally less than half a mile to the north of this, the country club area. So it talks about that. Here's your 80439. So now it's going to go through the fourth layer. So like I said, I was talking about, it's 4 layers. We got layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 gets into the pocket. Layer 4 now is entire zip code. The typical home value is 900,311. It gets into what the median sale price, the days on market list. It gets into everything. How many new listings are there right now? There are 79. There are in the for sale inventory 286. Median days to pending 26. It gives you all the figures. It's awesome this way. Then you guys get your micro to macro comparison. And like I said, you can copy and paste this. You can put it in PDF. You get your deal thesis test. It walks through if you're wholesaling it, what your scenario is. Here's your scenario for wholesaling. It's a weak fit at 682, 275. Fix and flip, conditioned to weak fit. So it tells you what to do for a credible flip. If you want to rent it or BRRRR, it tells you, you can get 3,142 per month, close to the 3,076 average. So it's going to give you the rental averages in the area. Then you got your creative finance subject to. It's potentially the best acquisition conversation, but conditionally. So it's going to start already setting you up for what strategy you use. Imagine you get all 45 of those listings that are available that were in the foreclosure list. You can have all the different scenarios, then you can go in there and prioritize for your clients or whatever. You can go, here, I got this. You can plug them in, the buyers and sellers. You can do so many different things with this. Your preliminary value guardrails. It has all your guardrails. Your market reality scorecard. All your red flags and conditions are all here. I mean, it's pretty cool that way. What would change the answers? It tells you what would change the answers. Think about it as a stop sign or stoplight, red, yellow, green. Here's all the yellows, right? I haven't seen a red yet. If you see a red, it's a dealer. You got to really work on it. It's going to give you scores and everything up to 100. Operator action plan. Bottom line, 80439 is marketable but price sensitive. Waukene Park is affordable relative to broader North Evergreen, but highly mixed and thin. For this lead, the market is not the biggest problem. The basis is unless the foreclosure can be cured through a negotiated discount ovation or favorable creative structure, the recorded principal leaves little conventional investor margin. So that's a pretty good situation when you can get that information. So I don't know, you got any questions on it? Let me see. Hey Jesse, what's going on, dude?
Hello, how are you doing? I'm still working.
Cool. Hey, Samuel, this is one of my business partners, Jesse. He's actually been working with me since June 2019. So, yeah, if you got any
Hi,
questions,
Jesse. Nice to meet you.
Hello,
Um,
sir.
he's a wholesaler. He's considering coming on board.
yeah. Hey, Bani, I gotta jump off the call at 7. It's almost 7. I just wanted to give you a heads up, but I'll
Yeah,
touch base with you later.
yeah, no problem. We're almost getting to wrap up. Matter of fact, I'll probably just wrap up now because this is kind of yeah. And then if you got any questions, let me know.
All
And
right, for sure.
we can chat. We can chat on phone. We can chat on Messenger. It's pretty
Okay.
cool. Yeah, this thing's pretty incredible. So
It
take
is. It is. It
questions.
is. I mean, I like it. I, I I feel like this is for somebody who like want to delve in and then basically grasp all the bases from start. I'm looking for very specific things, and I still think this will be very helpful.
Yeah, there's other things too, like we can talk about later too. This thing
Yeah.
can be customized to those things you want specific.
Okay.
But then the beauty of it, you can expand it anytime at your will. You don't even need me at some point. You go, okay,
Right. Right.
Charles meeting. I mean, now, oh, I want this. I can get this. I mean, outside of like maybe you want another GPT that we have, and I might just have to
Mm-hmm.
fix. But other than that,
Yeah.
you can have it as basic as you want, or you can. No one's gonna have everything. We got a website. We got like 19 apps. People don't need. Some of them are specific because you can do certain things with it. Maybe the other one you can't. Because I built some of them so they would do more specific. Like some people are in the surplus and overbid, but there's so many. It's a niche, so I don't need to have it on every system. I try to also make it simple, where we have Skip Wizard on everything now. We have Learning Mode on everything now. There are certain things that everybody wants, that everybody loves, and then there's certain
Right.
things that you may not need if you're not doing multifamily. Like you get into the systems in the website, you can do multifamily, you can do assisted living, you can do RV parks, mobile home parks, land. You can do almost every asset class and strategy on some of this, but not everybody's doing every asset class and strategy. But the nice thing is, if you decide you want to do something at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a good deal out there. You have
Mm-hmm.
right at your fingertips.
All right, gotcha.
And you
All right,
know,
Nate. I'll connect with you later. I got to jump off this call right now, so
okay, I appreciate
we'll touch
it.
bases. Thank you for taking your time to basically break everything down.
Yeah.
I'll connect with you and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate
Take
it.
care,
Thank you.
Samuel.
Hey, nice to meet everybody on the line on the
Nice to
call.
meet you.
Nice to meet you
Bye.
guys. Thank you.
So Jesse, what's new? Where are you today at?
Upstate New York, Albany area.
Oh,
Inspected 3 or 4 homes. I'm losing count.
hey, Ginger, you should tell Jesse what you're doing with tariffs. That's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, after the Supreme Court ruling against Trump, right? They
Yeah.
they're actually offering these companies, well, they're not offering, but you kind of got to do a lawsuit, right? And get your money back if you pay over 100,000 in tariffs in these companies. Um, and then I'm in a program where if I get the lead and it goes through, then I'll get like a percentage of that, right?
Wow.
So yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm trying to get some get some companies to try to get their money back, I'm like,
I saw your
Sure.
post
could
today.
be a lot, and so
I saw your
I get like
post.
10% of it, if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a fee, right? So we'll
Sure.
see.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's not easy because you got to talk to the head guys, right? And so that's hard. They're hard to get a hold of sometimes, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
right. All
Yeah.
right.
Hey, you know how much we got out of investor fuel? I literally have, well, that's where Samuel came from. I literally have 20 something people right now in the queue that will like
Oh,
solid.
great.
They
Wow,
give it
nice.
so much credibility. So Ginger,
Wow.
so Kevin and Justin, I did a strategy call with them. They gave it to us. They normally charge like $1,000 for it.
Mhm.
and they gave it to us free because they really liked what we were doing. They were like
Right.
revolutionary tech backed actually by people who know what they're doing. That's what they said.
Yeah.
I'm like really happy with what they said. So
Nice. Nice.
yeah, so that's helped a lot because I can go out there and say third party valid. And the beauty on their site, because it's on YouTube and it's on Apple and Spotify podcasts, but on their site it actually has a transcript, so you can actually go and see word for word the whole conversation I had with this
Mhm.
who's the guy that did mine,
Right.
and it's awesome. It's something once everybody's really comfortable doing it, I just give them the link. People can go apply, and it takes like an hour, and then like a
Yeah.
week later you gotta. Jesse, you did yours like a year ago, right? So, and then Kevin did his, and then I did mine. I was able to talk more on the tech. They're really, I mean, we're getting more, probably because we have the group. We got, so I posted in the group, and a lot of our people are checking it out. And as much as I promote it, like I'm always groups showing out, hey, I've got third party validation because I'm running into that every single day now in these groups. That like, there's so many people that built this. But there's a guy that I've been talking to for like a month. I really like the guy because he was like just a wholesaler. Like the other day, he's like, "Oh, I got Carbon REI." I'm like, really? The guy was building something the whole time. I'm like, good thing I didn't get him on calls because I stopped like not wanting to show people because I mean people could obviously they could try to build something that's close. I mean I had to learn it, but I got 2,000 hours. I tell people that I got 2,000 hours into this, not including all the Zooms we've done as a group. And it's like there's a lot of stuff that's in this that nobody else has. Nobody has all the databases and all that. And this is another thing Jesse so I did. I don't know if I told you this and Ginger too. It's like I basically broke all those databases down into three. We got the 1,382 for lenders and for real estate, and then I got another 782 that are actually like private equity. They don't do any real estate, but I figured that's a good database to try to offer as a product. It's all clean now. People can go in there and search it. It's pretty cool. And then we got like
Nice.
8,700, which is all those family offices, hedge funds, pension funds, and all that. Because I had a joke, like I got Todd Solomon's email address, and he's the president of the University of Colorado, all three campuses, Boulder, Denver, and Colorado Springs. And he's Coach Prime's boss, pretty much. And he was, when I got these, he was the vice president of endowments. He just got promoted and got the president of the whole university system. So I got his email address. Nobody changes his office. He moved across campus to the big boss office, and he has a new phone number and a title. But yeah, so I got like MIT, Harvard, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna take the recording
Nice.
off because it's just all this. I was happy, so it was Samuel. I've been talking to him for a couple of days. I was kind of surprised he was on, but I also got to tell a lot of these people like.